Hey guys, Alexeja here. In today's video, we are going to be working on Black Cat Diva, and I'm going to be showing you how I made her ears and her hair bows. First things first, you will need Kwik Seal, Eva Foam, paper, a pencil, an X-Acto knife, Plasti Dip, acrylic paints, clear coat spray, a Dremel, Refrance Photos, and some hair clips. If you didn't catch all that, I'm going to put it in the link in the description below. I'm just going to list it all out so you can get all that. There's a lot of little things you need for these. To begin, I made a reference of the ears onto paper. I drew it out. I sketched it a few times. I had to resize it a few times. But once I got the size I needed, I sketched it onto the EVA foam and cut it out with my X-Acto knife, box cutter thing. And I got 3 layers. Yeah, I did 3 layers of each. You're gonna do 2 of just the flat layers, and then the 3rd layer you're gonna cut the detail out of. Make sure you cut the detail out first before attaching it on. I did that mistake the first time and accidentally glued all 3 of them together. So just glue 2 together, do the kind of rough sides, glue those together so it looks smooth on either side, and then cut your pieces out of the 3rd piece so it has the little detail, raised details, and then glue that on. See, as you see here, I made one red because that's the one that I messed up on and accidentally glued all the pieces together. So make sure you take your time and make sure you cut that piece out with the detail and get it sanded down with the Dremel and hand sand it a little bit. Make it nice and smooth and then glue it on so it will look nice and smooth, and then you're going to sand it again on the outside with the Dremel so it looks really flush. I don't know. So it just looks really smooth and like it doesn't have those seams, because you're going to see those lines, but we're going to cover that up later. I promise. You're not going to see those lines later. So you want to make sure you get, I don't remember what grit I use, but it's more of a softer grit you're going to use on the EVA foam. You don't want to use anything too rough because that will just rip the EVA foam. You want to use a soft grit on the EVA foam so it looks smooth. Use the Dremel. Be careful with it because you're going to want to use all your safety tools, use a mask and everything, because that EVA foam just gets everywhere. It's just particles everywhere. I mean, you can see it all over my floor, all over my legs, all over my socks. It just gets everywhere. It's ridiculous. When using the Dremel to sand the edges, I tried to blend the edges together so that the lines wouldn't be so visible. We'll cover that up later, but I just sanded them down until they looked pretty flat, and around the front of the ears I rounded them just a little bit so it would look more cat-like. I left the back alone, I just did it to the front. To cover up those lines, you're going to want to get some Kwik Seal. I got Kwik Seal. I don't know what grade it is. I just got Kwik Seal and I smoothed it over the edges until it covered it completely, made sure it was nice and smooth, and I let it sit for 24 hours until it was fully cured. And then I took it outside and we got our Plasti Dip. Plasti Dip you're going to want to put into a warm water, let the paint get nice and warm. That way it comes out a lot smoother. I promise it'll come out a lot smoother. Make sure you test it first and then start spraying. You do 3 coats, but make sure each coat is fully dry before going on to the next coat.
Okay, so I hope you can see the ears well. I know I didn't really talk in the beginning of the video. I'm going to try to like voice over in the middle so you can know what I'm doing. But I took my EVA foam. Let me get a piece. I took my EVA foam. I stacked 3 layers. It's 2 layers, and then the 3rd layer is the piece that has the cutout section in it. So it's 3 layers to make the side look seamless. I should have got everything next to me, but you know, I didn't think about that. I used Kwik Seal. It's for plumbing and stuff like that. I just used Kwik Seal, put it on my finger, just like smoothed it out all across it, and then I Plasti Dipped it. When Plasti Dipping your EVA foam, get the can warm, like put it in some warm water, let it get nice and warm, and then test spray it, and then spray your product. You're gonna wanna do 3 layers of that. After I did that, I noticed a few imperfections, so I went back over it with some more Kwik Seal and did the same exact thing. That's why it looks really smooth and stuff in here now, because I went back over it with Kwik Seal because I didn't like how rough it looked. Right now, it's just the EVA foam and it's sealed in the Plasti Dip and the Kwik Seal.
For the paints, I used acrylic paints. I used 2 different kinds of acrylic paints. I'll put them in the description below. The black, I used a metallic color, and then the pink is just a matte color. It was called Diva pink, which I just thought was funny. But the black metallic took 2 layers. It didn't take long to dry at all, and the Plasti Dip was already black, so it really, I don't even think it took 2 layers, but I just did 2 layers just because. The pink took a whole lot of layers. I lost count, probably like 6 or something. But the pink, I had to keep going over it because the black just kept showing through. Probably should have put white down first, now that I think about it. Note to self later. But the pink, I just kept building on. And then for the top half of the ear, if you have masking tape, I suggest probably masking it off. I couldn't find mine, so I just used a little detail brush and did my best to get the black and the pink in the top. I had to go over it a few times, but I still like the way they came out. When clear coating the ears, I used a crystal clear enamel gloss. I only used 1 coat, but I made sure they were fully covered before I just let them dry. It took a few hours for them to dry, but do not touch them at all until they are fully dry, otherwise you will have your fingerprints all over it. When I added the clips, I used super glue, Gorilla Glue. I just added a little bit on the edge of the clips and held it on for about a minute or so, and then just left it alone. I know it was already stuck, but I just left it alone just in case. The clips, make sure you get the ones that open at the bottom. Any other type of clip is not going to work on the ears. You need ones that unclip at the bottom. Now to begin with the ribbon, I used a 1 1/2 inch wired pink ribbon that I got from Joann's. I will put it in the description below. You're going to begin by wrapping it around your hand 3 times and then crossing it over. I pinned it in place so I knew where it was supposed to be. And you're going to get a needle and thread, crunch your ribbon together, and arrange your ribbon how you want it. Begin sewing it through a few times, and then use the thread and wrap it around and pull it tight so it holds the ribbon in place, and put a few more threads through it so that it holds it nice and tight. After you put enough thread through it and you've sewn it how you want it and tie it off, now we're going to make that little center piece. You're just going to cut a small piece of thread, fold the sides in, and then wrap it around your bow and fold it in the back. If it's too long, trim it off. You'll just fold it how it's supposed to be. I pinned it, and then just hand stitch it in a few times, and then it will give it that nice bow look. For the ends, I just folded it in half and just cut it, and then I used a lighter and singed the edges off so it wouldn't gonna fray. And here's the completed bow. Make sure you make 2 of them for either pigtail. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the way that the bows came out and the way the ears came out. Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a like if you did enjoy it. My name's Alexeja, and I will show you guys how to attach all this in the wig video next time. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!